Hello everyone. This is Ankit.Sharma and you are watching Bharat EV Talks. And this is the 10th and the final episode of season 1. And in this episode, we have Mr. Aditya. Hello Aditya, thank you for coming on the Bharat EV Talks podcast.
Hi, Ankit. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, and hopefully, this conversation will add some value to our audience.
Of course, because it will add value because the topic is very engaging, very interesting, and personally, I totally believe in this particular topic, the topic which is retrofitting, in which Green Tiger is working. You guys are working. So quickly, before talking about the retrofitting, the market size and everything, can you take us through your journey? कि आपकी journey कैसी रही before starting getting into the Green Tiger? What was the Eureka moment? What was the inception behind this thought कि आपको इस market में जाना चाहिए? Can you take us through the entire journey?
Sure. So journey started, I can say, 10 years back. So
Okay.
just after graduating from my engineering, and I started along with my classmate a company called Lithos Motors. It was in
Okay.
EV, so we were making EV below 250 watts and 25 kilometers per hour of speed for B2B market. So for people like Domino's, DTDC, Fasos,
10 years
and
back.
correct. So we started it in 2015,
Oh,
and then this journey started. So almost 10 years back. So in that journey, what happens is at that time there was lack of infrastructure at that time for EVs, and lithium prices were high. So at that time we were using LCO chemistry in our battery packs. Lithium
okay.
use करते थे, and it was LCO chemistry. At that time NMC भी नहीं मिलता था, so that was the thing तब. So what happened कि that time I used to think कि there should be a vehicle which should run on both petrol as well as electric, so
Okay.
that will help us to transition smoothly to the EV.
Of
So वो
course.
एक था, but because it was before BS6, so BS4 vehicles were also cheaper. BS4 and before BS4 vehicles were also cheaper. Lithium prices were higher. So financial sense or economical sense, it was not making at that time.
Of course.
And while going through the journey, a couple of years back, I met Ashish in one of the event in Delhi, and he pitched me this idea कि he is doing this thing. So it was interesting for me because I thought of this thing कि मैं कभी तो भी ये करूँगा. And that and moment was like that कि BS6 आ गया, existing petrol vehicle के prices बढ़ गए हैं, lithium prices slowly कम हो रहे हैं. So I thought कि it's a best moment कि we should venture into that.
Of
And
course.
we met, and then I said ki I also want to join your journey in this particular aspect. So he said yes. So then Green Tiger ki journey shuru hogi, where we started retrofitting the vehicle, existing vehicle, to hybrid and EV.
That's really great because 6, 7 or 8 years back, it actually makes sense to have a hybrid vehicle because there were not that much charging infrastructure, charging solution, and comparatively lithium, the fuel price was manageable. Fuel price
Correct.
was less. So yeah, having a hybrid vehicle 6 years, 7 years back does make sense. Okay, so if you have to explain this term retrofitting to a layman, just consider a person coming to you with their two-wheeler and asking to retrofit it. So first of all, what is retrofitting? What it does? How retrofitting is being done? What all happen in this retrofitting?
Okay. So in layman terms, retrofitting is additional things which we put on the old thing or the existing thing, which helps make it more better, more reliable, more efficient, and more safer. That is retrofitting. So
Okay,
generally we use this term in infrastructure a lot, and
of course.
same term we are just taking it in automotive sector as well. So what we do is, for example, you have a vehicle, let's say Activa. You come to us, we put our retrofitment or EV kit on top of your existing vehicle. So आपके vehicle के ऊपर we put a throttle, controller, motor, battery, everything which goes into normal EV, and by virtue of which it becomes either a hybrid or a complete electric retrofitting solution for you.
Yeah, and when we talk about retrofitting, I mean, uh, मुझे भी याद है 2022 में, if I'm not wrong, Delhi government passed some norms of retrofitting the three wheelers, auto three wheelers, which is on CNG. Few months back, we were contacted by one of our state government body to discuss this possibility. They want to put retrofitting subsidy in their policy, EV policy. So we got to know the government is working. But these are the three wheelers where the numbers is used. It is of a business case. अगर हम टू व्हीलर पर्सनल यूज की बात करते हैं, वी नो अ लॉट ऑफ व्हीकल कम्स अप इन द मार्केट एवरी मंथ. हमारे पास पूरा डेटा होता है, हम जो पब्लिश भी करते हैं. और टू व्हीलर का जो मार्केट है इलेक्ट्रिक टू व्हीलर का, वो बहुत स्पीड से ग्रो कर रहा है. आई मीन टॉप 20 इज मेकिंग मोर देन 70-80,000 vehicles. I mean, not making, selling more than 80,000 vehicles, top 20 combiningly every month. In that
Correct.
case, does two wheeler retrofitting make sense? I mean, how it makes sense, क्या मार्केट साइज है इसका, क्या पॉसिबिलिटीज है, किस तरह से इसको इसमें जाने पर या इसको अडॉप्ट करने पर ओवरऑल इंडिया को क्या बेनिफिट हो सकता
So see, जैसे you rightly stated कि electric vehicles are growing day by day.
है? ओके.
But you see the data along with electric vehicles, IC engine vehicles are also growing. I mean, it's not happening that IC का sale कम हो रहा है and EV का बढ़ रहा है. They are parallelly growing because population is increasing. Both the sales are simultaneously increasing. So every year around 1.8 to 2 crores नए two wheelers, IC engine petrol two wheelers fly on road. So if you consider in past 15 years, there are almost 25 crore vehicles, two wheelers. I'm just talking about two wheelers only. So 25 crore two wheelers are flying on road right now. And if you wanna consider, you wanna scrap it after few years, 2 3 years, or we have a scrapping policy of 15 years. In that, if you extend FC, it becomes 20, and in some cases more also. सो यू कंसिडर आपको एक साल में जो 1.7 करोड़ जो लिए है वो एक साथ स्क्रैप करने हैं. So, आपको कितना रिसोर्स लगेगा, आपको कितना इलेक्ट्रिसिटी लगेगा उसके लिए, एंड आपको कितना लैंडफिल लगेगा, विच एक्चुअली इज नॉट इन्वायरमेंटली सेफ. सो instead of that, if you are giving your vehicle a new life by retrofitting it, so it can fly on road for certain more amount of time as well. So that will benefit on lot of sense. For example, abhi pakad lo, you have roadside mechanics on road. Okay, they are very used to petrol engine, existing petrol engine, and उनको भी electric सीखना है क्योंकि future is electric. So this vehicle, if this vehicle goes to those roadside mechanics, they will learn something about EV as well and petrol as well. So वो transition हो जाएगा, आपके jobs opportunities बढ़ जाएगी, उसके बाद आपके रिसोर्सेज सेव हो रहे हैं काफ़ी इंडिया के लिए, एंड आपका लैंडफिल काफ़ी सेव हो रहा है. सो इट बेसिकली इज अ वेरी गुड सॉल्यूशन टू एनवायरनमेंट बेसिकली.
कोर्स, एंड इसको थोड़ा सा अगर हम फाइनेंशियल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से देखें, सो इट विल सेव अ लॉट ऑफ मनी, बिकॉज सी वी आर इन द सेम मार्केट, वी नो हु इज मेकिंग एंड हु इज डूइंग. At the end of the day, a lot of vehicle are being procured from outside of India in form of a unassembled kit, and it is assembled here and just sell it out. In that case, and as you mentioned, the last 5 years only, more than 25 crore two-wheeler fuel-based two-wheeler are on the road. अगर
15
हर
ईयर्स
साल उसका 15%, 10 to 15% भी अगर हम रेट्रोफिट करना शुरू करें, so we will save a lot of money, which is going outside of India. We will reduce a lot of fuel cost. Fuel का consumption भी कम हो जाएगा. And scrapping itself is a very energy intensive process. It's not
राइट.
something कि आपने व्हीकल को कहीं से उठा के कहीं पे स्क्रैप कर दिया. It required a lot of power. That scrapping plant itself is a power consuming house. So it will save a lot of electricity as well. And as you clearly mentioned about the landfill and environment benefits, that those are totally unparalleled. It does
करेक्ट.
make any sense. Um, but when we talk about retrofitting, and when you are taking a existing two wheeler which is fuel based and you are converting into electric, a lot of equipments are required, which I know you guys are making. So can you take us to the journey, like what all component you are manufacturing by your own, which was the first, what was the entire series, what was the entire journey, how you start manufacturing it, what was the testing you did, and now what all you are presenting. Because why I'm asking this question, because when I was speaking to a couple of two-wheeler manufacturers, we come to a point there that either electric two-wheeler is a very simple product with a motor, controller, battery, or it's a tech-heavy platform. So, what all components you guys are having in your retrofitted vehicle?
Yeah, fine. So we started our journey from hybrid and means retrofitting to hybrid, and couple of months back we started our retrofitting to EV as well.
Okay.
So we started hybrid. So उसमें आपका petrol engine भी है and you have to put your EV retrofitment kit in the existing vehicle with lot of constraints.
Yes,
So you should only have a one throttle which can run on both the systems,
of course.
your IC as well as EV. So we had to make our own throttle. So
Hmm.
we started with making own throttle. So हमने अपना throttle बनाया. Second part is when we made throttle, there should be two. There are two systems independent. One is your EV IC. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि one system is interfering in other system.
Hmm.
So what we made a circuit which we call a switch over circuit. उसमें
Okay.
when it is running on EV, your IC engine is completely off,
Hmm.
completely disconnected. Similarly, when it is running on IC engine, your EV part is completely disconnected. So
Of
उसके लिए
course.
we had to make our switch over circuit. Then we made our switch over circuit.
Hmm.
उसके बाद we made one display to show SOC because we cannot play with the existing display क्योंकि IC engine पेट्रोल कितना है कितना किलोमीटर पर आवर स्पीड है स्पीडोमीटर वो दिखना ही चाहिए. So we had to made our own display वो भी छोटे से जगह में. So we made our display in a size of 1 rupee coin
Okay.
which shows you SOC, how much SOC is there, whether it is running on the petrol or EV mode. Then if there is any fault comes into our system, it shows that. And similarly, if there are temperature warnings, that also that same display shows. So we had to make our own display because it was not there in existing market.
Yes.
उसके बाद in IoT, if you come to IoT, we don't just have to give the data to the customer on electric side of it.
Hmm.
उसमें पेट्रोल कितना है आपने पेट्रोल पे कितना गाड़ी चलाया है इलेक्ट्रिक पे कितना गाड़ी तो दोनों का डेटा वी हैड टू गिव सो एग्जिस्टिंग सॉल्यूशन वाज नॉट अवेलेबल देन वी मेड आवर ओन आईओटी आल्सो उसके बाद बैटरी पैक एंड बीएमएस इन आर केस बैटरी पैक एंड बीएमएस हम लोग का इंजन भी है तो इट इट इज लाइक उसको ज़्यादा हीट प्रोटेक्टिव चाहिए उसका बीएमएस इतना रोबस्ट चाहिए कि कुछ भी फैटल एक्सीडेंट ना हो सो वी थॉट कि इंस्टेड ऑफ बाइंग एग्जिस्टिंग बीएमएस फ्रॉम द मार्केट लेट्स
Hmm.
मेक रोबस्ट बीएमएस सो दैट इट वुड बी मोर सेफर सो हमने
Hmm.
अपना बीएमएस एंड बैटरी पैक भी खुद बनाना शुरू किया so
Okay.
all these parts we have made inside so only I think I can say motor controller we are outsourcing motor also we are outsourcing but motor का design again it's not similar to the existing motor
Okay.
because हमारे व्हीकल में लेफ्ट साइड से आपका आईसी इंजन का पावर ट्रेन आता है सो वी जस्ट हैव टू यूज आवर राइट साइड ओनली सो उतने से जगह में वी हैव टू फिट आवर मोटर एज वेल सो मोटर का डिजाइन विच मैग्नेट वी शुड यूज उसके बाद कॉपर ग्रेड क्या होना चाहिए नंबर ऑफ टर्न्स क्या होना चाहिए ऑल दोस कैलकुलेशंस ऑल दोस डिजाइन इज डन बाय अस बट वी आर टेकिंग मींस contract manufacturing it from outside.
Because generally the vehicle which is available, pure electric vehicle which is available in the market, uh, the entire infrastructure of that vehicle is same. But here you have to develop your own because
Correct.
first of all, space बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं था, and you have to maintain that fact that that vehicle will also run on fuel as well. That part is not being removed. So yeah, I can clearly see the engineering behind that. It's not easy to do something like that. That's why we don't have that kind of solution easily available. So that's really great to, and congratulations on developing each and everything in house. uh,
Thank you so much.
one question I always have in my mind when I started learning about the retrofitting, what the cost. See, in four wheelers, retrofitting does not make any sense because the cost is equivalent to a new electric car. But in two wheeler, because number बहुत ज़्यादा है, लोग people right now they are not interested to have electric scooter as a secondary vehicle while having a ICE vehicle of their own at the house, which they feel more comfortable in driving. without any range anxiety. They can fill up the tank anywhere they want. In that case, the the question which comes is the financial solution. Why I'm asking, because I know you guys are providing financing solution, but I want to make this aware to the audience as well, because there are financing solution available when person want to buy a new electric scooter. But what about if the person want to retrofit it? Is it easily available? Or of course you have what all companies you have associated with, but can you give a glimpse on, can you share some light on it?
Yeah, means it's actually very good question. So when we started this journey ना, we were giving the vehicle, हमने ARI कर दिया, RTO registration हो गया. So the most important point came, two things people ask. One is financing है क्या? Second is insurance होगा क्या? So
Okay.
this was very critical. These two aspects were there because without it, it's still our kit cost around 55-60K, depending on it's smart or non-smart IoT you are taking. So still financing becomes very critical aspect, and insurance be same. So it was not there, frankly. उसके बाद we had a discussion with lot of companies, financing companies, insurers, and fortunately after a lot of discussion, 6 to 7 months time, finally we provide, and those companies are also ready to finance the scooters, as well as insurance companies are insuring the kit as well.
Okay, that's really great, because if the financing solution is available, the person is will become more interested in getting into it. And of course, everyone knows who owns a vehicle. They know कि एक particular time के बाद they need to their vehicle life will end. So in that case, if they are retrofitting it, they can keep that vehicle for at least more 10 years. But we don't know about the government norms. Hopefully, they will be finalized. So you are an engineer, and before this EV market came into picture, we know what was the market for the core engineering subjects like electrical, mechanical, electronics. What was the scenario? Now, EV is a kind of a market where there are jobs for all these things. Instead of students have to venture into coding and programming and CS, now they have a market where they can use their learning of 4 years, be it electrical, be it electronic, be it mechanical. So what kind of suggestion you would like to give to them? Now यहाँ पर दो चीजें मैं जानना चाहूंगा. If a person want to venture, or student want to venture into the EV market, now you are into retrofitting. Now it's a complete, and not just a simple retrofitting जहाँ पर आपने kit लिया और लगा दिया, नहीं. Existing fuel system के साथ साथ आपका solution काम कर रहा है. So that become a very different scenario. So
Correct.
if someone is looking into this particular segment of yours, what benefits, what new learnings they can get? Or if someone is just looking at EV market, that okay, this market is a potential market to kickstart the career. In both of the cases, उनको किन किन बेसिक चीजों की जानकारी होनी जरूरी है, किन चीजों का ध्यान उन्हें अपने कॉलेज टाइम से ही रखना पड़ेगा?
सो देर आर टू थ्री थिंग्स. वन इज कि आपको एक बेसिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग होना चाहिए, जैसे आपने बोला मैकेनिकल, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड इलेक्ट्रिकल साइड की. एंड इन टर्म्स ऑफ कोडिंग ऑल्सो इट्स रिक्वायर, बिकॉज हम लोग फर्मवेयर लिखते हैं आईओटी का, या वी शो अ डैशबोर्ड टू आर कस्टमर्स की कंप्लीट डैशबोर्ड, पूरा डेटा जो है. तो कंप्यूटर साइंस ऑल्सो प्लेज अ वाइटल रोल इन. So all the domains in engineering have opportunities in electric vehicle. So they must have a basic understanding of all these things. So ये तो first चीज हुई. Second चीज होती है कि there are certain competitions which happen in engineering colleges. So for example, SAE conducts few competition called SAE Supra, where you have to make a F1 car. SAE Baha, where you have to make a buggy. So SAE now started, means few years back they have started E Baha also. In that you have to make electric buggy and
Okay.
FE cycle. So this kind of a competitions are there. उसमें सारे जिसको भी इंटरेस्ट है वो बच्चों ने डेफिनेटली उसमें कॉम्पीट करना चाहिए. सो दे विल गेट अ हैंड्स ऑन एक्सपीरियंस कि ओवरऑल व्हीकल होती क्या है, which are the parts which goes into the vehicle, which are the critical systems, and where safety and reliability is very very important. And they will get the complete knowledge, basically costing का knowledge आ जाता है, your aesthetics कैसे होना चाहिए, your ergonomics कैसे होना चाहिए, all these basic things they'll know. So these are very important things. If they can do it, उनको definitely काफी help होगा in future journey. Similarly, there are courses on, right now you get everything for free if you are willing to learn something. So एज ईवी टेक्नोलॉजी इज बूमिंग, सबने ये देखना चाहिए कि नए नए पॉलिसीज क्या आ रही है, बीएमएस में नए नए एडिशंस क्या हो रहे हैं, कंट्रोलर साइड में क्या एडिशंस हो रहे हैं, विच केमिस्ट्री इज कमिंग, उसमें क्या प्रोज एंड कॉन्स है. सो one should be aware of all these things, and they can have courses on Coursera हो गया, all such channels कि they read and learn from that channels as well. उसके उससे उनको काफी help हो जाएगा to venture into again this particular market.
Of course. You rightly mentioned कि ये जो जितने भी competitions हो रहे हैं, they provide a very unique kind of a scenario जहाँ पे students can learn about designing, mechanical designing, electrical, electronics, aesthetic, of course, and one more thing. While making all these things, financial understanding is a very key thing. I know a couple of I have seen a couple of these competition where the students went one step further and procured sponsorships as well for their vehicle to put it there. So those
Correct.
kind everything, this EV market is not just an automotive market, it's a complete universe in itself, which offers you each and every opportunity to work on.
Correct. Correct. Exactly.
So, Aditya, thank you. This was a very interesting, informative, and engaging conversation with you, because I personally believe in this retrofitting market, and I think this is something where government should look into it if they are not looking. But I know they are looking into it. Government है सोचती तो होगी कि भाई कहाँ कहाँ से पैसे बचा सकते हैं. They need
Correct.
to come up with a strong plan to promote retrofitting, because I can see it has a huge possibility. Thank you for sharing all these insights with us, and thank you for giving your time to the Bharat EV Talks podcast.
Thank you so much, Ankit, for inviting me. I'm honored and appreciate uh, sharing my thoughts and views on this channel. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Pleasure talking to you.